Welcome to the very first installment of Curls with Ronnie. I am LaRonnie. I am a natural hair girl who's been doing this for about 7 years. My journey has been an interesting one. I have tried so many different things, so much trial and error, terrible products, great products. I'm not as experimental with styles. I must say that. I've tried a few things. I tend to stick to my twist out or my quick wash and goes. I prefer twist outs. Wash and goes don't last very long for me, but a twist out, I can really get it in there, get it fully dried to my liking. The curls just sit correctly to me when you braid it in a certain way or twist. But I have tried Bantu knots. I have done a number of protective stylings. I've done twists on the side, buns up top and at bottom. So I also wear quite a few pig buns, puff buns, afro buffs, whatever you want to call it. I've tried it. So that is what I plan on going through with you guys. Answering questions. I definitely am the go-to person in my circle for my friends and family for hair advice. I definitely think hair care from the roots up, from washing to styling, it's very much important that you're intentional in what you do. You don't want to use the wrong products for your hair type. You don't want to not detangle. You don't want to overwash your hair. I think I've seen people say they wash their hair every day. I mean, if you can, hands up to you. I, however, cannot, nor do I imagine doing so. But I do think it's important that you cleanse your scalp at least once or twice a month with a deep clean. If you co-wash a lot, I'm not a huge fan of doing that all the time. I do think you need to really clear your scalp of debris and build up. I know a lot of people are a little bit afraid of sulfates and things like that, but there are a lot of sulfate shampoos. There are a lot of pure shampoos, if you will, but either way, it won't harm your hair as much as you think. A quick wash with a mild shampoo that was designed for natural hair gets the job done. You just really need to cleanse it. You don't want to get it streaky clean. You don't want it brittle. You want it moisturizing, but you do need to really get a deep clean in there. And my concern with co-washing is just putting conditioner on dirt. It's a bit of a more cleansing conditioner, but you're still not really, it's like not double cleansing with your face. If you wear makeup, you know the whole double cleanse, the oil base first and then the actual wash and foaming second. That's what I feel like a deep cleanse is for your scalp. You just want to let it breathe. I actually suffer from very flaky scalp. It has a phrase, I know it, dermatitis, seborrheic dermatitis, something of that. I've actually went to the dermatologist. When I was a kid, when I got older, I've tried many different medicated shampoos and many different home remedies, and I definitely want to go through that. I know dry scalp is something a lot of people suffer with, especially when we head into the winter time. I personally suffer through it all year round, but it's a very simple thing. I found that I can take care of my own scalp without the harsh medicated shampoos the dermatologist gave me. I found out that my hair just did not care for it. My scalp felt great. It was clean, but my hair was feeling really dry, just straw-like once it was done with that shampoo, and I had to put a lot of conditioner in there. And I thought there has to be a natural remedy that I can do that doesn't burn my scalp essentially, but actually just takes away the layers of flakes. And I found that. I want to walk through that with that apple cider vinegar rinse. And actually, in today, 2020, there's a bunch of scalp shampoos that I wish I had years ago. It's great that products are becoming more available for us. It's so many options. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. And I think that's also a thing. So I'm just going to go through with some of my favorites. But please, please, please remember, the process is finding what works for you and your hair. The end result might not be mine, but it might be better because it's your hair. So while I can give you a foundation, some good recommendations and a starting point, I suggest you really learn what works for your hair, what you are looking for in the results, and what you need out of your particular products. Everyone's hair is a little different. What they need is different. And even so, finding someone on YouTube that you feel like more actually matches your hair, that's a good starting point. So they might have a different type, they might suffer, for example, dandruff or something like that, but they are a good base if you find someone you're like, hey, my hair kind of reminds me of them, or they're describing things that I can say. I think that's very helpful as well. I remember when videos first started coming out, all the natural girls had like loose curl patterns, 3A, just I wash it, I run a comb through it, and I could just air dry, and these big voluminous curls came out. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. If I wash, throw conditioner, and go, I will have a big cotton ball, I can't get my hands through it type of fro, and it would be uneven, unshaped. I've tried it. Trust me, it's not that simple. Wash and goes tend to refer to just washing, putting product and going, but it's actually a little more in-depth. A lot of people finger curl. You have to really get the product into every strand, and it takes a bit. And the more hair, the longer it is, the more time, and actually the pattern you have. If you have a looser curl, or your hair's a bit thinner, it's easier to get everything in there, let it dry, and go. Also, how well your hair responds to heat, or how quickly, I guess I should say. High porosity, regular porosity, I guess it's normal porosity, and low porosity. I cannot just go and rely on my hair drying outside. I could be outside in the heat all day, and the internal part of my hair, my scalp, is still very damp. And I do not like going to bed with wet hair. And if you go to bed with wet hair for a couple days, it's not good. Like, it's like a breeding ground for your scalp and all of that kind of thing. So I know me, I need to be able to dry my hair under a heat source. I use the protective bonnet thing to my dryer. Since I'm here in an apartment, I don't want to set up the whole old fashioned, my mom rolling it out, sitting at the kitchen table. But I do need some type of heat source. And I know a lot of people like to stay away from heat when they're natural hairs. I find out if it's a covered medium heat come in, I'm not getting any damage. Again, my hair holds on to moisture pretty well, so I can withstand the heat. I just don't have all day to let my hair dry. I think if you want to stay away, let it air dry, perfectly works as well. You can run a quick blow dryer through it just to get it a little more dry and let it go. So it's all about your comfort level, but these are things I just find that you can shampoo with a lot more regular shampoos than you think. You can use heat. Using heat like a blow dryer and flat irons is completely different than a quick covered heating for about 30 minutes to 2 hours. Totally depends on your hair, what you're looking for, but there's a couple things that I think there's some myths about what works and what's dangerous and what isn't. And I will say, starting off, to be safe, you can remove all heat sources. I've done it before just because it seemed like the best way. Oh, I'm gonna have the healthiest hair. It hasn't touched heat this way. And I just found out it just doesn't change anything one or the other. The fact that I'm not actually pulling, and the tension with my hair and the repeated heat is completely different than sitting under a bonnet of sorts where heat is coming through small holes, and I can only withstand it to be so hot. So I feel like it's pretty safe for my hair. And for the most part, it's late when I'm doing hair oils a day. So I might only dry it for 30 minutes to an hour and then let it air dry the rest of the day. At least I've accelerated the process for me. So anyway, I am rambling. Please let me know what kind of videos you guys are looking for, any questions you might have that you would like to see. I'm definitely going through a men's natural hair process as well. I have a lot of male friends who've asked me questions, so I just want to make sure that I address them in. I know that getting haircuts every week and things like that, but you can easily take care of your own hair before you head off to that barbershop. So then your barber, all you have to do is worry about him giving the correct lineups. So very excited about that. I did want to go through some of my favorite products, some of the likes, dislikes, and kind of what I think is more fads than actually effective hair care. Definitely want to go through that. I've been through different trends and I see different things, and how I feel. Is it really something that is a must for hair? Is it something that's caught on and we're all obsessively doing it? So with everything going on, I thought this would just be a great time to drop some fun hair videos. Hit me with all your questions, inquiries, and I will be talking to you soon with my natural hair routine. Bye.